You are riding with the queen. I live up to the name. I love what I do and I do what I love. This is the only show, real deal, and accept no imitations. Again, we can be found under our new website for the search of old school radio. Nowhere else are you gonna get such a great list of hits with the most talked about topics combined with that old school flavor. We continue to jam always and always on time. That can only be with your queen right here on ATOR or Touch Reality. Folks, again, go tell three of your friends that we are always turning it up around here with the heat and the best sounds of music that is combined with the best talk about topics. That's right here on ATOR. That's a Touch Reality where we tend to give everyone a true and real reality check. It's all uncut and
you. Hello. I know you guys are uh, not familiar with me on Thursday nights unless it's a special occasion. Well, it is for several different reasons. Number one, before I get started, and y'all know how I do, I'm not going to play any music because this is not a musical event. It's going to be a lot of seriousness that we got a lot of things that we need to dig into. And I have asked some of the Florida media to tune in because it's going to be a lot that needs to be said about a lot of things that's going on in the state of Florida. So before I get into that though, I got to first go ahead and welcome. I want to welcome all of my fellow followers. And if you are new to the channel, please click like and subscribe and just come on in. Send me your email address to atorclass101@gmail.com. I want to be able to put you on my VIP list. I got a lot of announcements that I need to make. So, but before I get in, I got on my reading glasses because this just came in. I have been working due diligently with the students and the children. So the children and their parents has gotten together. We have been working on several fundraising projects from the past. And so they decided that they wanted to send me a banner. And I'm going to read huge thank you, Linda. It says, I want to sincerely and attention for granted. I'm not going to read the whole entire thing, but I'm going to give you bits and pieces of it. It says, thank you for sharing your dreams with us and the children. I understand how challenging it is to build something out of nothing. I related to the insecurity and self-doubt that appear when the naysayers come out of the woodworks when you are working hard to do something good for yourself and others. But remember this, the world will never change by people who are the way that they are. It takes zero courage. Keep dreaming, keep creating, keep learning with your heart. And most important of all, we have appreciated you to come to our school. I am very much in your corner and I believe in you. Wow. It says, I'll be here for you. I'm not going anywhere. It says, so stay on your game, Linda, because the world really does need that special gift that only you have, with all of my love and gratitude. Those are the words that came from my school district in me being with the children for over the several years, saying that they miss me coming in teaching the children. I not only do I teach the children, but I also teach adults. But I had been a part of their fundraisers for a lot of years, or I won't say a lot of years, but maybe 3 or 4 years. And it seems to, and see, I do it out of the kindness and the gracious of my heart. Nobody is asking me, and nobody is forcing me to do anything of anything out of kind gestures. So I want to say thank you to my school district. I want to say thank you to the school district and all of my school children who have made that banner and put it up to say that we love you, we miss you, and we are so grateful and humble for your presence, because God could not have made any person finer. So I just wanted to put that out there because, sometimes when you're going through what I call a funk, uh, a heavy hand, when you got people who don't appreciate you for what you do, it's not that I'm looking for gratitude. It's more like just to say a thank you, just to say, hey, I've been my adult students have said, Linda, thing that has been of a great honor. The next thing that has been of a great honor, I have gotten a YouTube certificate. Yes, YouTube has sent me a 5,000 hour certificate to congratulate me on being the most successful, one of the most successful persons on the platform for the YouTube channels. Um, 5,000 hours, that means that you guys are really, really paying attention. So I just want to say thank you to the YouTube for all of y'all's wonderful help, for all the listeners and the followers who have made that certificate to be a great reward, the 5,000 hours of watch time. That means that you guys are coming in, doing your due diligently. I must be striking somebody's heart in order for the numbers to be where they're at. And I definitely want to say how much I am appreciative of that, because without you, there is no me. Now, also, I'm full of wonderful news today. Um, starting on August the 1st, your Queen of Radio will be moving up and about. I won't be off of the YouTube channel just yet. But they're trying to make it happen. They will be introducing me to and where it's going now. So I'm looking forward. I'm a little bit nervous. I will say I'm a little bit nervous because I don't know. I haven't had something that spectacular to happen to me in my life. So I don't know. I'm hoping that they'll love me just as followers who love me. To continue to keep coming back. Because if I'm making a difference for you, you got to know that you are making a difference for me. So I want to also, I just feel so grateful and so humble that I can be of a service to people around the way. I just want to also say I answer anybody who sends me an email. Anybody that sends me an email, I want you to know that I answer all of my emails. I answer all of my emails, and I answer all of my comments, questions, or concerns. I want you to continue to click like and subscribe. The thumbs up for the liking is basically to tell the YouTube channel that you appreciate my contents on my show. So it's not just telling me that I'm very humble. Maybe by the time I get on, people come to my channel because I am very direct. I am very forthright. I try to be open. I try to be honest. I've tried to be sincere with my message. People who come to this channel, they love to travel. They love to have adult parties, or real nice parties, nothing out of the ordinary, keeping it clean. We even have family gatherings where the kids and the children are invited to come and share a great day of event. We also have the cruise that is going on next year, but we got another trip that's going to be on the roster. We're getting ready to go to Hawaii. Yeah, we're getting ready to go to Maui in May of next year. We have been called down there by a couple of my greatest friends, Jackson Jackson, I've been knowing him for a lot of years, and I got a lot of cute and participate in some of their celebrity travel group members. They want to they just want to hang out, and we are going down there to put some we're looking forward to our next trips. We're getting ready to do a couple of trips. So if you guys are on my VIP list, make sure that you send it to ATOR class 101 at gmail.com. Okay. All righty. Okay. Now, also I have said, let's see. Um, I want to before I get started, I want to say two things. There was a wonderful poet by the name of Maya Angelou. Y'all remember Maya Angelou, right? Maya Angelou was a beautiful black woman who said when somebody shows you who you really are, believe them. And so lately, I've been dealing with what I call type A type person. Y'all know the type of people. When I say type A, these are the type of people that sit up and go behind somebody else's identity. Matter of fact, it's really an open way of stealing a person's identity. They go back behind somebody's platform and they use somebody else's name, their videos. They stuck on their needle is stuck on one page, and then when you ask them what their talent is, they get upset with you. They like, oh, why are you asking me these types of questions? And I'm like, well, because your needle is stuck on one page. You can share other than somebody else's videos up here. Is there anything else that you can do other than gossip and find negativity about people? This is what I call that type A. See, type A, they're very sociable creatures. Don't get me wrong. They are very sociable creatures. They'll smile and grin and grit in your face, but then they have that motive. Y'all know what I'm talking about. My mama used to tell me, people come into your life a reason, season, or a lifetime. The lifetime people are going to be there no matter what your hard time, what your hardship are, whatever you going through. They're going to have your back in the rain, the sleet, the storm. But then you got them people that come in for a reason. Ooh, reason. I consider those people who are just a leaf on that tree. You try to get with them and try to be sociable with them, and then when as soon as some trouble hits, oh man, does that leaf fall off that tree? Then you can't find them. Here come the excuses. It's like, well, I don't know, I can't really help you. I ain't got no money. I have to have some type of excuse as to why I can't support you. Hmm. Y'all know those kinds too, right? That's what I call those type A's. They sit in the trenches and find out what they can steal from you. They want to sit and say, oh, I like you. Oh, I like you so well. But guess what? I don't really like you all that well. There's some things that needs to be tricked and twerked and changed and jumped up and all and up off the ceiling about. hmm So how do you get rid of the type A's? How do you? Well, you can take my approach. I just drop them. I just drop them where I stand. When I'm the type of person that if you can't be positive, then you have nothing that you need to say to me. And when I find out that you want to jump on the bandwagon because somebody else is jumping on the bandwagon and somebody else is gossiping, I don't play that card either. See, folks, one thing about me, I'll give you my all. I even give you the shirt off my back if I thought that it was going to help you. But the thing, see, what people fail to realize, instead of a hand up, instead of a hand out, you need a hand up. It's a major, major difference in that. And so you get so tired. You get so tired of explaining yourself. You do right. You try to do right by people. But see, some people just, no, it's just not going to be a no-go. It's just going to be a no-go. So I just wanted to mention what that type A um, type A person is all about. And I'm at an age, ladies and gentlemen, that I can't do all the things that you could do, major sports and that, this, that, and the third. But now it's more of a settling. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All of my people in there, if you're coming into your 50s, y'all know what I'm talking about. When you coming into your 50s, you have to say, back the hell up. Oh no, because you're not coming here with that motor, with that type of mess. You need to, and see, when you turn 50, you have to introduce more and more people to Jesus. Because Jesus need to be on that main line. I'm not going to do any preaching, but I'm sure going to try to teach somebody up in here today. I've come a long way. I look at people. I was like, I try to be the best person that I can be, and I try to share with other people. I try to motivate. I try to be a motivator. If I can motivate someone to do what's right and to keep on that narrow path, then who'd have fought me? Who'd have fought me? My black is hard to love. And then I got to thinking, I said, I must be a bad person that when people can't love and they can't trust you, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Do you know it took me about 50 some years? It took me 50 some years to realize that all people stink. So I said to myself, you know what I'm going to have to do? I'm just going to have to pray and keep them in prayer. Because I come from a family, when I was a kid, my house was full of love. Okay. I had cousins, I had aunts and uncles, and we didn't always agree with each other, but we always saw each other on a regular basis. So when I was coming up, mama would say, look, Linda, you can't do this, and this is the reason why you can't do it. And who would argue with mama? Father. I would never be disrespectful to older people, because the Bible says that when you are disrespectful to your elders or your parents, your days are surely to be numbered. Ooh, I struck a nerve on that one. There's a lot of people who didn't agree with that one. But you see, so disrespected. I've been disrespected over these last 2 weeks. I am a businesswoman. Okay. I have adopted I have adopted all of my school children. I never had any biological kids, but I have adopted my school children. I have adopted my school children, and they love me just the same. I never, to be quite honest, folk, y'all all know that. I ain't got to tell you about the heartbreaks and the stories, but when I was coming up and I was growing up, my father used to always tell me, don't you ever, if I don't teach you nothing else in your life, don't you ever settle for less. And make sure, let me say that again. He said, for every man that walks in your presence better respect you, because you are the mother and the queen of the earth. Don't so they can get viewerships to their platforms. I'm all with the games. I'm all with the games. I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. What I have done, they're saying, oh well, we'll just take all of her followers. But don't you know something? Don't you know what's meant for me? I am going to have in Jesus' name. I don't know how many people believe in Jesus, but I believe in Jesus. Okay? And I'm gonna say it again. What is meant for me, I am going to have. Don't think by no means that you can come and steal what has been set up for me. I'm not trying to steal anything from you. So don't try to come in and try to steal it from me, because see, we're going to have a problem. Okay? We're going to have a problem. So I try to treat people accordingly. My name has been abused. It's been used. I've been talked about. It's been said, Linda said this and Linda said that, and ain't nobody been big enough to be man enough or woman enough to come to me and say, Linda, can I talk to you for a second? Because if I'm going to be respectable, the fact, let me find out what's on your mind. How can I assist you? I'm not going to go and have somebody to send a message. What am I? Am I that low? Am I that low to where you can't speak your voice to me? Y'all know who I'm talking about. And y'all know some people like that. Y'all know some people that is jealous hearted. Y'all know some people who want to take all the gold and don't want to share, don't want to work for it. They just rather be given to them. They rather sit back and say, "Oh, look at her. We're gonna have doubt because who she thinks she is." Uh, who I think I am. Well, I'm gonna tell you who I am because before I became black, I became a child of God. I became a child of God, and I am a human being, and I would appreciate if people give me the same. So I just had to get that off my chest. I had to get that off my chest because I knew I could share with y'all because y'all are my family. Some of y'all, and I do say this, some of y'all is gonna have my back no matter what. No matter what somebody says about me, no matter what somebody perpetrate to be, and trying to pretend to be me, trying to promote me, trying to degrade me, trying to put me on the banister, trying to put me on the side, whatever I am, I'm gonna still have some of you to say, you know what, I'm ride. It's ride or die with this chick because wherever she's going, I want to be. And if I can't be her, then let me learn from her. Let me learn what it is she has to offer. Let me learn what she can teach. Let me learn what she can share. Oh yeah, I'm preaching today. I'm preaching today, y'all. Yes, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Because I've been disrespected these past week. So I had to get that out there. Now, I also got to do some more shout outs. These last 2 weeks, well, actually, not the last 2 weeks. I'll say this last past month, I had to go into my archives and I had to pull some of my old timers, some of them old school players, some of my what I call my queen bees. I said, come on, ladies, we got to get on the ball because we got to get ready and we got to help some men. We got to help free some men. We got to help bring our men home. We got to have, we got to show that we are always going to love our fellow man. Because I call upon my former queen bees there, I found out that there was some new queen bees that wanted to participate. And I also found out that I had some PIs that came on board and they remembered the work that we used to do so diligently back in the day. There was like, we sat down, we talked over coffee. Well, I don't drink coffee, I drink tea. I'm a tea drinker. They had their coffee, their juice, or whatever it is, and we were just sitting there chopping it up. And so they were like, "Man, Linda, we come a long way." They said, "Do you have any idea how many lives we had to save over the men? We had to get out of trouble. How many black men we had to bring?" We never boast about it. We never got on the news or said, "Hey, look at what we're doing so we can get brownie points." But I guess I can tell you one thing: these men are free men. These men are free men, and I don't care what state I wind up in. They're gonna always protect this queen because I come with respect. I come with love and trust, and they give me the love and trust back. Please believe it. And I got some more thanking to do. I want to thank all the ladies that stepped up to the plate and helping me behind the scenes on the work that I call myself diligently doing. I couldn't do it by myself. I want to thank these people because I may need them again. We never know. We don't know who you don't know who can help you. You don't know who can save you. You don't know who can be there for you. Okay. So I have to thank these ladies because they know how I roll. Who come to my channel, they are loving my music. They love my band. They love the message that I portray. They don't just come in for 2 minutes just to see what I'm talking about and then run off. Some of them come and sit and chat and listen for a while because they know what page that this queen is going to be on, and there is no other. Before me there was none, and after me there shall be none. Y'all can write it down. I gave you that one for free. Now, also, like I said, I'm getting ready to do some different types of things. And like I said before, if you are a person who cannot give me the love and the respect that I need, then I'm just going to kindly ask you to go to the exits. Okay? Do not, okay? Do not get up on my platform. Please do not come to my platform and then go to somebody else's platform and start gossiping about what I said and take what I said out of context. Please do that because I don't have any rivalries. I don't have anybody that I try to be respectful for everything and everybody. So please do not do that if all possible. You guys are going to have to listen to the tape. You don't have to play it back. So anyway, I have invited. Okay, I see it buffering. Cut it out. Okay, we're going to try to get it to stop. I have invited the Florida media to come on to my platform and listen for a while. I'm getting ready to talk about three individuals that is stuck in the state of Florida. This is what I've been finding out. Okay, this is coming crazy there. Okay, this is what I've been finding. I'm just going to keep talking, and you guys are just going to have to go over the channel again because the recording is still going on. The buffering I cannot control. It is what it is. Like I said, I will be on a couple of more stations, and maybe this will iron or do itself out. The first case that I want to talk about is a young man who seemed to have gotten himself into a little bit of trouble. His name is Mr. Vincent. His name is Mr. Vincent McKnight. I had spoken with Mr. Vincent McKnight over three days ago, and he was supposed to have been going to court in Florida, but something had happened. I don't know what had happened. He went to court, and all of a sudden he disappeared. And so I'm like, I would like to put out an APB for this man because I'd like to know his whereabouts. Because first thing, we don't know what took place. We tried to call the attorneys. And the attorneys is not answering. But I will say this for Attorney Joshua Fisher, please avoid him at all costs. Okay, he has violated Mr. Manning on so conducive for Mr. Knight. Okay, so Mr. Knight has disappeared, y'all. Mr. Knight has disappeared, and Mr. Knight has disappeared, and I'm looking for some help as far as finding his whereabouts because Mr. Knight is a black man who has been gotten in the system fraudulently, and like I said again, Joshua L. Fisher is the attorney that is in question because this is the last attorney that saw Mr. McKnight alive. This man is missing, and we need to find out the whereabouts of this black man because he is in some type of trouble that we were in the process of helping him to get out of, but something happened. Now, I do know, I'm going to share a little bit of this man's case with you. Mr. McKnight's case was discovered that they tried to accuse this black man of stealing real estate property. Now, I don't know how you go about stealing real estate property. I mean, it's not like you can put it on a truck and just roll away with it unless it's a mobile home. Now, the problem with Mr. Vincent McKnight's case, he had the judge winded up buying the property and winded up billing Mr. McKnight on a double jeopardy on it to me that if you live in the state of Florida, please help me to find Mr. Vincent McKnight. Mr. Vincent McKnight is a gentleman who had came to my group, I would say maybe 2 weeks ago. He said he was looking for help as far as dealing with the Florida courts. But the problem is he has disappeared yesterday. So we don't know the whereabouts of this man. We don't know if they have taken him in. We don't know if something had happened to this man. But we do know that he lives in the state of Miami, Florida. So if anybody can get some information about the whereabouts of Mr. Vincent McKnight, it would be deeply appreciated because we would like to try to help him. We have a attorney that's on standby that is willing to help this man to get through the case and the case court that the trouble that he has fallen into. So I just wanted to make that public announcement. That is the first person that I'm going to speak of this evening. The second person that I'm going to speak of, and I wanted to be okay. If you don't like my show, then I'm okay with that. Okay, you don't have nobody is forcing anybody to be here. But still in all, there was a situation last week. Okay, there was the family of Mr. Thomas. I'm gonna say Mr. Thomas, and I got a very wretched phone call. I got a very wretched phone call by a lady who claimed to say that she is Mr. Thomas's mother. Now, I want to take y'all back over a week ago. I want y'all and see. I got my comrades. I got my fellow comrades and my business associates that are in the building, and they can attest to me as to this what happened over a week ago. Now, he had brought to my attention that he wanted help for Mr. Thomas. Okay, Mr. Thomas. Me and a business associate had sat up with the wife of Mr. Thomas. Okay, this was about a week ago, and we chewed the fat, and she was crying, and she was very disturbed about what could take place for Mr. Thomas. And I told her what we are capable and able to do. Now, she stated to me that she wanted her mother-in-law. She said, would it be okay if the mother-in-law sit in on the conversation? And we didn't have no problem with it. But see, my business associate, he said, well, I tell you what, let's go ahead and schedule an appointment for us to talk to the mother-in-law, your mother-in-law. Now, keep in mind, folks, we scheduled that appointment for Saturday, this past Saturday. Okay. The appointment was set up for 2:00. I think it was 2:00 her time, and 4:00 my time, and 6:00 was for the Eastern Standard Time. So we had scheduled an appointment to meet with this lady. Now, she when we got back to talking with the wife of Mr. Thomas, she clearly stated to me in her own words, and I wished I would have recorded this. But because people are saying, well, you said that nobody wanted to get, that she didn't want any help. Well, she actually did say that she didn't want any help. She didn't want any help from me and my team. And then she made a point to say that she wasn't wanting any help from anybody. Now, after me and my business associate had sat with the wife of Mr. Thomas. Mr. Thomas has a name that, the mother should first of all be upset for 3 reasons. First of all, you got a son who put himself in this predicament. I didn't do this to your son. Okay. I want to make that clear. I don't even know how he got there. The next thing I knew, people was coming to me talking about what you should be doing for Mr. Thomas. And I said, okay. And getting back to the daughter, the daughter was very, very, the daughter-in-law, I should say. The daughter-in-law was very, very concerned. She said, well, I'm going to tell y'all something. The mother is not the best person to deal with. Okay, she made that very clear to us when we were talking to her in a private course, right? She's just gonna snap, crackle, and pop. And you know the reason why I believe the daughter-in-law? Because today, ladies and gentlemen, I get this crazy phone call on my phone and text message threatening me. Yeah, I got it on my phone. First, she came off really, really nice, on the phone call. She said, oh, well, can I talk to you about my son? And I'm sitting up here, hell, that was over a week ago. Who is her son? And look, it was over a week ago when she turned down the offer from me and my crew. So I figured, well, maybe this is somebody else that, maybe got a missed number or something. So she said it really nice. She sounded really nice on the phone now, ladies and guys. Then by the time I got her on the phone, she cold snapped. You hear me? She cold snapped. And I'm like, and I'm saying to them, I'm saying, okay, I'm like, she said, how dare you talk about, don't keep, if you do this, I'm going to lay hands on you, is what she said. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have to say again, I try to be respectable for people, their moms, their mother. I totally get it. I totally get that she's upset that her son is in the predicament that he's in, but she got to realize, I didn't put your son there. And number two, why would your son give himself a nickname where it could be mispronounced? I mean, if you think about it, you can mispronounce it by saying spit. Okay, and spit is something that comes out your mouth, which is really nasty. You can say Sprite. Okay, Sprite is a pop, it's a soda pop that you drink, or you can say Sprint, which is a telecommunication company. So if you want to be upset about somebody mispronouncing your son's name, then maybe I suggest you tell your son to change his nickname, because I don't understand it. Then you're gonna get upset. Because of what I said. But yeah, you just proven our point. You proven our point, because even your own daughter-in-law is afraid of you. And see, if the daughter, see, this is what I don't get. And maybe, but when a real man, we talking about real men. We ain't talking about them. Well, we don't know. You might be a little soft. We talking about a real man, a real bro. Real men are going to step up in their household, and a woman is going to always take her place. The Bible says when a man finds a wife, he finds, oh, y'all can tell me that I'm wrong, but I think the Bible has made it very clear that when a man takes on a wife, that means that the wife takes over all duties and responsibilities of that man, which means that mama needs to sit her ass down somewhere, because when it comes to a man and a wife, and see, my parents had to show me that. See, my dad had 21 brothers and sisters. And when he got married to my mama, the mother that raised me, he said, mama got on her P's and Q's and told her mother-in-law, she said, wait a minute, let me straighten you up, Miss Wren, Miss Magnolia. I'm gonna give you all the respect that you can possibly give, but you're not gonna come in my house and tell me about me and mine. So, well, I say that to say this: be in control and makes the final decision. If in the event that the man gets in trouble, and the man needs where somebody needs to call upon him and take care of his back, That's the woman's job. That's not mama's job. Mama has to take a back seat. When a man gets married, I'm talking about, look, I don't know what type of men you know, but I know them big kunta kinte, them kunta kumbaya brothers. That ain't gonna take no shit. They're the man of their house and the man of their throne. You hear me? So you have to step back. Mama has to step back. And she had the audacity. She had the audacity to brace up against me and send me a ugly text. Mama, I don't know who runs the situation in your house, but the Bible says when a man takes a wife, he'll always look after for mama. We'll give mama the utmost. Do not come in another woman's house and say, that's my son. I don't give a damn if he is your son. That's that woman's husband first. And he must have made that choice when he picked her. So I believe, I'm preaching, y'all. I'm preaching. I'm preaching. I have to believe that when any decisions, when your husband gets in trouble, you do not cling to your mama. You cling to your wife. Now, y'all can take that and put that wherever you want to put it. But I'm just going to say that. I'm not, I'm going to be very respectable. And don't you ever call me again with that bullshit. Because my next choice of words ain't going to be so nice to you, man's mother. But see, I don't owe you no respect. Okay? Because I'm not related to Mr. Thomas. Mr. Thomas, his what you do and what they do and how they do it, that's not my concern. But I noticed that, y'all been getting up on these other platforms, wanting to talk about what Linda said and what Linda said this and how dare she say, you damn right. You know why I can say it? Because I'm on my own goddamn platform. I'm not in your house changing your rules. So when I come in your house, I will respect your house. But when you come in my house, you gonna respect my rules. And whoever the man is that I have to ride or be responsible for, he's gonna be that king. He's gonna be that king without a shadow of a doubt. I'm gonna stay in my lane because I know my place. I know my place and I know my purpose. See, I'm old school. We don't. You don't just ring on it. So I'm gonna bid Mr. Thomas's mother. I'm gonna bid her peace, and I said that on the cell phone. I bid you peace, and I hope you get whatever it is that you're seeking. At no point in time, see, you had your opportunity. You cussed us out. You cussed your daughter-in-law out when we came to you. Now, here it is. Where did you do that at? No, we don't want to have a conversation with you because we done washed our hands of your situation. We're not interested in whether you do or don't or did or didn't. You had your opportunity. You cussed us out. Remember? Now you want us to give you want us to come back and say, oh, well, no, boo. See, you got to be careful on how you cross that bridge. See, because every time you cross that bridge, that bridge might be faulty. So I'm just going to say, I bid you peace, my sister, my black sister. But I'm going to tell you in closing, don't you ever raise your hand and call yourself thinking that you're going to ever put your hands on me. Because it'll be the last time you ever raise your hand to somebody. Because I'm not your child. You better think twice on who you talking to and who you talking to it about. Now, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate y'all being here. I'm going to move on to the next person that was on my list. I told you Mr. McKnight. Mr. McKnight is in deep trouble, and we need to find him. Okay? Now, there has been some trouble in reference to Mr. J, and I'm not gonna be on J long. Only thing I'm gonna say, J is a little bit confusing to me. That's all I know. But I'm going to bid him peace. And I'm going to continue, they're like, oh, you like Grand. As far as honey, let me tell you something. There are some fine brothers out there that I can introduce you sisters to that looks a whole lot better than Grandmaster J. Now, don't get me wrong, Grandmaster J is a handsome man, but he's not the only man. Okay, so don't get it twisted. Yes, I have the much love and deepest respect for Mr. J, and he's a little bit confusing to me because I feel like if he wanted me or needed me to do anything, I wish he would speak up with his own voice. For whatever reason, he hasn't said anything to me. So I'm like, okay, well, if this is, I feel like he's treating me very disrespectfully. I felt like he was treating me disrespectfully because you have the power and the authority to come and talk to me at any point in time, whether you talk to me via email or whether you talk to me via phone. I don't know. Maybe he feels like I'm beneath him. Maybe he feel. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there, y'all. I don't know what his hang up is with me to the point where he got to go tell somebody else to give me a message. To me, I can't do that, y'all. So with that being said, me and my crew again. We have washed our hands of anything. We've washed our hands, and we're gonna still give Grandmaster J and the NFAC all the love and support that they can stand from us. And if they need us, they know where we're at. We're not going anything against him. We care about him. We want to see him to be successful in his journey. Um, you know, I don't appreciate my name being used on his legal defense page because at no point in time did I ever say that I was a part of that. I never said that. So I don't know why they feel I never portrayed it. I never said anything about it. But they had perpetrated me fraudulently on their page, and me and my team will deal with that at a later date. I'm not going to get into the gist of it, but I would appreciate if my name is taken down off of that page because what I do is on my own platform, and if Jay did if I have said or offended Mr. J, he is more than welcome. I mean, he is welcome to come and talk to me anytime. I've made myself readily available for him to speak. He hasn't spoken, and that's okay. If that's what he wants to do, I just feel disrespected because I would never send somebody else to give me a message that he wanted me to know. It's very confusing because when he was talking to me, he used to say, "Don't ever take anybody's word, and if I want you to know something, I'll tell you." That's what he used to tell me back when he was talking to me. And now he's saying, well, people are standing up saying, well, Mr. J said for you to do this, and Mr. J said for you to do that. Okay, well, that's not from the original plan. I mean, when Jay was talking to me or speaking to me via email, he would always make it known what he wanted me to know, and I have no problem with that. And so now all of a sudden, now that it's 8 months or 10, close to 10 months later, he can't say he doesn't want to talk. So okay, so in that prospect, I'm going to have the greatest respect and the greatest love. I can only give love, and I'm going to tell you something. The reason why, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm washing my hands of it all is because there's no trust and there's no love there for me to thrive on. And when there's no trust and love, there ain't nothing that I can do. There's nothing that I can do. I'm not going to sit back and let people to continue to disrespect me. So I love myself too much to put myself through that type of heartache and pain for anybody to send me through that. So I'm going to remove myself, and I have removed my people, my queen bees. All of us is removing ourselves from all of it. And we say again, we wish y'all the most greatest and the best respect on whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, even with your GoFundMe and that and the third. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to talk about the last person, which is we're gonna start dropping some jewels. I'm getting ready to drop some jewels. Yeah, I'm getting ready to drop some jewels. The next person that I'm getting ready to talk about is Mr. Ozone. Uh-huh. You see, there's too many hands in that pot. Okay. It's a bunch of people in his circle that think that they know it all. They've been talking and whispering, and then you try to tell them, don't do that. I mean, I hate to say it I hate to be as bluntly as I possibly can, but it's almost like I'm talking to a bunch of children. You have to say, look, you can't talk about it. They just completely ignored it. It's like, okay, well, and the tricked out part about all of this is while there is somebody who has stolen this man's money, I mean, he walking out the back door, everybody's putting their attention on what Linda doing. Oh, Linda and her fundraising, it's a problem, and Linda and this and Linda that. And while all along, they got a man walking out the back door with the cash, with full bags. I'm not going to tell you who it is because, hey, they said I'm not a part of them. Okay, no problem, sister girl. But I'm going to tell you something. This is what bothers me. When Ozone was first, I want to go back. I want to go back to the beginning. Ozone was introduced to me by a business associate of mine. The business associate came to me. He said, Linda, I really feel for this brother. This brother should not be going through this. He needs to have somebody like you on his team. And I said to my fellow associate, I said, man, look, I'm retired. The only thing I'm thinking about is going on some vacation, get some more vacation time. I got all of these vacation gift certificates that I need to be using. I know I ain't going to use them up in a lifetime. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do with all of this stuff. So he said, well, if it's all the same to you, could you please help this man? And I said, well, you know what? If you feel that compassionate about it, because I'm going to be honest with you folks. I don't know Mr. Ozone. I don't know him from a can of paint. Can't tell you, couldn't tell you, never met the man, we never ran into each other no place. All I know is that I saw the pictures of him. And he looked like a very respectable, level-headed young man. And I said, well, okay, let's see what we can do. Okay. So since he was very adamant about Mr. Wallace, he winded up my associate. He winded up getting in contact with family and the members of the family. Now, keep in mind, I had sat down. The lady of Mr. Wallace's family. She was coming to me every single solitary day, saying, "What do I do? What can I do? How can we do this? What can we do?" So I'm like, first of all, you got to calm down. You need to calm down. I understand, I get that you want to help they have a family together. They have children together. So I want to be respectable as to what I call her. I'll just call her a member of his family. Okay. Because, she is the mother of some of his kids. I'll just say some of the kids. Now, she called me every day. And I was there for her beck and call. Yes, I was. I put down my own other schedule of things that I had to do in order to take her call. I said, look, ma'am, I'm trying to tell you, I gave you the blueprint. I gave you the blueprint for you to go and share it with you care about them and everybody. So I also mentioned to her, I said, no, what happens, you got to stay on code. You got to keep your mouth shut. You cannot go and tell everybody the information that I have found for you. I needed her to understand that there are two types of trials. Okay. And I'm telling you from my personal experience, there is AT trial and there is a CT trial. I'm not going to get all into the details as to what that is because this is the type of stuff that I teach my students in class. So if you want to know the details about what an AT trial is and what a CT trial is and the differences between it, you have to be a part of my class. Now, but moving on, I told this lady, this young lady, I told her what she had to do, where we had to go, and where we had to be, and what type of attorneys that will be needed for Mr. Wallace. You know, there was a problem at the beginning of the stage. You know, she had some of the men or women were trying to protest and riot and show them who's boss with their their straps, whatever. I don't like to use the word because I don't believe in, that's just not me. So then they went so far to have a young lady to come down there and start video recording her private conversation that she had with Mr. Wallace. So that got shut down. So then now everybody crying and boo-cooing. I said, okay, you want me to handle it? Would you like for me to handle it? And so she said, yeah. She said, down there. And I told them, who I was and why I was calling. And I said, well, sir, if you don't mind. I was very respectable, ladies and gentlemen. I said to the young man, I said, well, it seems to be that he has lost his privileges. And we want to do whatever we can to satisfy and get him back on the track so he can be with his family again. So the man said, you know what? And then I mentioned to him, I said, well, sir, I tell you what. I said, look, I know you got a job to do and I got a job to do. I was chosen at first. I said at first now. I was chosen at first to be the case manager, to oversee, to make sure that everything ran smoothly. It wasn't my job to pick the attorneys. It wasn't my job to pick who was going to be on the PI team. It wasn't my job to do any of that. My job was to keep peace. I'm a peacemaker. Okay. He said, ma'am, we have problems with people on the outside calling in and causing problems. I said, well, sir, if I can give you my word as a woman, if I can give you my word, will you please go ahead and make it happen for this man to get all of his rights restored to him? And so he said, okay, we talked, we chewed up the fat, we got along real good. And so we made it happen. He wound up getting back his rights and everything was restored. Now the girl who went to the place or did it on the phone, whatever the case may have been, she lost all privilege whatsoever. So, we're going to stand our grounds. We're going to have boots on the ground and yada, yada, yada. So I had to calm that situation down. And that person know who they are. I'm not going to mention that person's name. That person got all heated and frustrated and couldn't go out there and start, tearing. But the thing is the matter of it all. I said, do you realize you need to be civilized? Mm-hmm. You need to be, you can with vinegar. Okay. So I had to have a long conversation with that party and that people in that circle. Now, after that was taken care of, okay, and we were well on our way. I tried to explain to Mr. Wallace, what the options were, what the situations were. And so we thought we were on the same page. But here we go again. People on their platforms going to talk, then putting out information that they're not supposed to be talking about. But then what got to me the most, and this is what stuck out with me, was Miss Oliver had made a vow that she was not going to mention anything to anybody about what ahead and tells everybody. We got all these different platforms. We got all these platforms up here making a judgment call, telling, when somebody can't stay with the code of silence, that's like having breaking glass. It's almost like you're taking glass and just slamming it on the ground, and it just shatters to pieces. Now, keep in mind, the family came to me in distress. How is it that if you don't have gas money, you ain't got no gas money, you ain't got no keys to the car, you ain't even got wheels to the car, how are you going to be in doubt about what somebody can do for you if you don't know what to do? Ooh, y'all better say that again. Say it again. I said, I remained in peace. Now, you didn't have a damn thing. You didn't have a damn thing. And see, I told you I wasn't looking for nothing. I wasn't looking for nothing because I was doing it out the sincerity of my heart. And when somebody takes and stumps over that, and then you go and break the code of silence, get up on another person's platform, I'm not going to mention the person's name. They know who they are. I love them. They can't keep their mouth shut. And then she's crying, she's whining to me. Well, they're disrespecting me. They're disrespecting the Wallace family. They're not telling me about the money that they collected, this, that, and the third. I'm hearing all of this. See, I was on the phone with her day in and day out. I was walking her through it. And then you gonna go and put on the platform, you gonna just go and have the violation of the code of silence? Okay, well, since you're gonna do all that, let's talk about it all since it's already out. These so-called young people, they have no respect for people who got the experience. See, I got 36 years experience. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. So why would you take what I have and stumble all over it? And then you want to kiki and snickle. Ooh, kiki. That's so funny. Look at her. We're going to make a fool out of her. You're going to get me up on your platform and think that you're going to try to get me tripped up. I said, okay. All right. I keep trying to tell people I don't just look like this. You better blame my parents for it. Now, after I said, oh, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna expose everything, are we? Okay, well, let's get down with the get down. Wait a minute, let me sit up. I want to get close to you because I want to make sure that you hear me and hear me good. I'm finna tell every goddamn thing I know. And you know who did the work? I'd be damned if I go tell everybody that wasn't supposed to know. You tell it all. Why keep some of it to yourself? Now, let's tell it all. We're gonna start off with the videos. Okay? And I'm gonna tell y'all that the state of Florida needs to be under an entire state of investigation because they are racketeering. They're racketeering with you. And I'm going to start with Mr. Wallace. You hear me? Okay. Y'all ready for this? Now, first and foremost, Mr. Wallace had ran from the scene of the crime. Can I ask y'all a question? We're gonna ask everybody a question. How is it that there are 3 officers missing off of the police report from the other 3 officers that was present in the shadows of that day, of that time? How is it that their that record doesn't match? Mm-hmm. How is it that record don't match? Hmm? Why did they purposely keep the 3 other officers that was hiding in the bushes? And what did they do with the fingerprints? The other 3 sets of fingerprints on Mr. Wallace's car. What happened to that? Mm-hmm. Now, when Mr. Wallace had ran from the scene of the crime, I want y'all to know this: the timing off of the gun does not match. So let me ask you this, and see, I'm gonna give y'all probable cause for this. Okay. How is it that you're running this way? You're running towards the left, and the gun goes off in another direction and fires. What happened to those guns? What? Wait a minute. Matter of fact, where is the gun that is supposed to have been the gun that was used? And is it the gun? Was it Mr. Wallace's gun? Or was it the gun off of the other police officer where they say that his gun is now missing? How convenient. How is it that the officer's gun is now missing? Why is the officer's gun missing? Shouldn't his gun be under investigation, just like the gun that was supposed to have been used in the firing? How is it that? And another thing, I saw from the watching of the video, I saw Mr. Wallace carrying not a gun but a cell phone. What happened to the cell phone? And was the prints lifted up off of the cell phone? What happened to that? Now, tell you another thing I noticed, because I saw a lot of videos behind the scenes, y'all. Y'all know I'm nosy as hell, right? Okay, I'm finna tell y'all what I seen. And see, I drew up this report, and I call myself keeping the secret with Miss Oliver. But see, Miss Oliver decided that, oh, well, I'm just going to fire her, and I'll just take the information, and they can claim it as their own. I don't think so, sister girl. You're not going to take the information that I put together with my team and then and try to give it to them and think that it's just going to work out all fine, hoopty and dory. I don't think so. Homie, don't play that. Now, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you what I did, because I'm a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I found 72 points. 72 points. I'm not going to get into all the points that I found out that needs to be investigated, but I'm going to highlight the most important points. I'm going to highlight those with you. Okay? Now, according to the video, another video recording, the state of Florida had managed to get 50 squad cars within 10 minutes. How you managed to get 50 squad cars within 10 minutes to find a person that was already gone? Was that not premeditated? Think on it. Now, another thing that don't match up, and I'm not going to give you all 72 points that I found. I'm not going to talk about all of them, because I found that with me and my crew. That's just how bad we are with what we do. Okay? We're nosy as hell is what we are. But anyway, I'm going to highlight the points. I'm going to tell you what they did. The police report stated, first of all, they marked it up wrong. I'm going to tell y'all what they charged Mr. Wallace with. They charged him with attempt of murder. Okay, here's a question, y'all. Who was murdered? There was nobody that was murdered. So how the hell you going to put on there that somebody was murdered? And then they didn't stop there. After they fraudulently put the information on the page, they charged him with premeditation of murder. Now, who was murdered? Because from what we understood, he was, and another thing that's a misunderstanding, was he really shot in the head? Because if he wasn't shot in the head, how is it that he was able to go home after a couple of days? Okay, if you're majorly injured, how the hell are you going to be able to walk and go home? As the plot thickens, right? Not only did they have on the police report, let me tell you what else that I found on the police report. They put on there the wrong codes. They didn't have not one thing listed as a law. There was no laws listed on the report. What was listed was the one. That's their confession that they did on a public record. They okay. I'm gonna give you that too. I'm gonna give you that too. Now they're not. It's got a lot of misinformation, and that's called tampering with evidence. How you gonna do that? First of all, you got the wrong charge. What exactly are you? Okay, in order for something to be, what's the word I want to use? In order for something to be premeditated, yeah, that's the word, premeditated. Mr. Wallace would have not did. Well, I mean, let's go back to the scene. We all saw it. Mr. Wallace got out of his car. He said, "How can I help you? What? I mean, what's going on?" I mean, he was shocked, right? Okay, now, how is that premeditated? So then this stupid cop decided to start feeling on him. He started feeling on his chest and started feeling on his shoulders and stuff. Like, I don't know what it is about white people, but they got a strange habit. They got a strange habit of wanting to walk up to you. They want to walk up to you and just start feeling on you. Where do you do that at? So, you're walking up on somebody and you feeling on their body. You're feeling on their parts of their body. Why are you touching this man and not explaining to him why you got him there in the first place? So, that was a mystery. Yeah, but when y'all go back, y'all hear the full thing. It's still rolling. I see it. Okay. Why would you be feeling on somebody? Now, I'm gonna tell you something. What needs to be done is a report on this man's mental health. I'm not talking about Mr. Wallace's health. I'm talking about the officer's mental state of mind. And the reason why I say that it needs to be checked out, because the man, I'm gonna be very honest with you. He looks like he's mentally retarded. Okay? Now, I'm gonna tell you something. And I'm gonna get ready to close it out. And what I have seen with my own eyes. What I saw was the fact that who is the victim here? Who is the victim? I'll tell you who the victim is. It's not just Mr. Wallace. It's also the officer. Okay? What needs to be done is for an investigation to be done about extortion and fraud, insurance fraud. What needs to be done is insurance, extortion, and fraud, because both of these parties are victims. Both of these men are victims, and I'm going to tell you why. See, the problem with Mr. Wallace walked in he was at the wrong place at the wrong time. The officer's problem was, I clearly do not believe that he was, that gun had fired at him by any gun in Mr. Wallace's hands. I truly believe that it was fired by his own officers because of the timing of the incident. The timing of the incident matches up because Mr. Wallace was already gone. Yeah, y'all can, yeah, I see it. You guys please make sure that you play the recording back where I'm talking, because I'm still talking even though it's acting crazy. The timer is still going, but you'll still be able to hear me in a still picture, I guess. Okay? Now, in closing, And I'm get ready to go. The two victims here are both the officer as well as Mr. Wallace. I'm gonna tell you something. See, the black man is a high priced commodity, and the state of Florida is looking to make money. So they got to keep Mr. Wallace alive in order for them to make their money. But what they were hoping for, that they could get, they were pre-plotting not the murder of Mr. Wallace, but the murder of their own officer. And if either one of these parties had sense, they both would, you need to be sued. Okay? You need to be sued, and you need to be sued heavy. Okay? You need to be sued because you had plans on a premeditation of a murder of your own officer, and you were using Mr. Wallace as the bait, as the fall guy. Yeah, you see, they get more money if they go ahead and label it to the insurance company that, oh, we had an officer down who got harmed in the line of duty. But they make more money that way. See, they make more money if the officer dies and he lives, because they get the billing off of both ends. You feel me? Y'all need to have this all checked out. You need to have it checked out. A class action lawsuit to be brought against the entire state of Florida, because the state of Florida has pattern. So now, since y'all want to talk about something, talk about that. Talk about how and why. Why would you harm your own officer? I'll tell you why they would want to harm their own officer. They want to harm their own officer because the man is mentally ill. Y'all gonna find that out in his records. He's mentally ill. That's the reason why he's going around feeling on people. So when they find that out, they won't see he is a liability to that police force. He's a liability. So if they can set up a way and use Mr. Wallace as a fall guy, then they're in the clear. But you know what? You're not going to be in the clear, because I'm sending everybody. I'm sending the newscasts. I'm sending the news media. Y'all need to investigate every single solitary black man that has been picked up by the Florida Police Department in Florida, because they need to be held accountable for the false indictments and fraudulently putting false information on their reports. How you gonna make a confession? They made a confession on Mr. Wallace's report that they were planning on murdering their own officer. And they were planning on blaming him for the rap. So I saw that with my own eyes. And guess what? Y'all can see it with y'all's own eyes. Go check it out. But I tell you one thing. Like I said, they don't want me to be no parts of it. You see? They don't want, because I'm going to get shit done. They don't want me to get shit done. They want to do it their way. They want to do it, they want to take credit for those several pages of information, the 72 bullet points that I pointed out about what's going on behind the scenes of this case. But see, the clear thing is, everybody needs to come together in Florida, and y'all ought to get tired. So if you got a husband, a brother, a lover, whatever, y'all better find out his whereabouts in Florida. Y'all better find out what the deal is and get somebody to look at those reports. Because right now, I'm looking for Vincent McKnight. I'm looking for him because he came up missing 2 days ago. And they have done something, I'm not quite sure what, but an attorney is ready to help defend him. So that is my message for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And for all of the newscasts and the people from the news media, I hope that you have been a part of this evening's program, because I need for you to start investigating and putting the stink in the stench, because they're policing. They have already said that it's already fraudulent. So, and if they know, like I know, the officer Rayner and Mr. Wallace should come together in unison and go against the state of Florida for concocting this state of art of what they call themselves doing behind the scenes. So with that in mind, I am done talking. I am going to go over to my chat room before I close it out. I've had a wonderful, guys, I am sweating like a pig. I'm sweating. I mean, I got so many lights and cameras on me right now. I'm sweating. So, let me go back. I said, okay. 100 Black. Hey, love, I'm in here. Well, hey, love, I'm glad you're there. Okay. Miss C, how you doing, Mr. C? Mr. C says, peace, family. All right. And peace first. And Linda, what you do is to get an alternative video carrier. Like, yeah, I need to. But you know what? I'm going to be moving up and moving off. I got to get a better video quality. They said to try to go and buy a gadget. They tried to tell me to buy a gadget to put on there on the thing to make it stop doing what it does. That don't work. So that was money wasted. But anyway, I do need to do something. I got with the Jesus part. I know that's right. Okay, the system has done a great job at destroying the Black family connection, even the Whitey family. Okay. All right. I ain't touching that. Okay. Deborah says, peace and shalom, peace and blessing. The Nephilim working overtime day and night. Okay. Black says, first of all, I heard no sound as from the shot in the video too. And you're implying that. I also said before, the officer did not look very straight when I saw the photos of him. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you on that 100%, Black. The fact of the matter is, Mr. Wallace was already gone when they had the timer on that shot. And then, like I said again, they already crucified themselves. They already messed up themselves on that police report. For all of the ones, I know, y'all are going to have to go back over the entire. I don't know, come back to the part where it started acting crazy, because I was still talking. I was still giving information. So you might have to go back over the tape again in order to find the part that you missed. I'm sorry about that. And like I said, I will be moving up and moving on to other different platforms. But yeah, I totally agree with you 100%, Black, in the photos. But there are some other photos that you didn't see. Yeah. When you get to be as nosy as hell, you get to see a lot of stuff. Okay, Linda, you and I saw that same issue in that cop that many people may have ignored. The cop did not look like he was all there. No, sweetie, he wasn't all there. And what they're going to find out is that y'all going to find out that the man probably had problems with having seizures and having fits and stuff. And I think there is some mental health that police department knew about, which is the reason why. And you can't blame Mr. Wallace for being insulted by somebody coming and walking up on him and feeling on him. I mean, I would be insulted too. I mean, myself, I probably would have knocked the hell out of him, but that's just me. But, and then they had actually, to be quite honest, ladies and gentlemen, it was actually 5 officers at the scene. The police report failed to mention that there were 3 other officers that they could have uplifted some fingerprints off of Mr. Wallace's car, because they were searching in his car. And that's where they also messed up at. So I figure if you're going to tell it, it needs to be under investigation at this point, because there's too many of the Black men that's being captured for fraudulent charges, and they need to get together. And see, the thing is, they knew that man had a mental, that officer had a mental problem. They knew that. That was the reason why he probably was listed as a liability. See, they're trying to collect some insurance money. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get both worlds. As long as Mr. Wallace don't ask any questions, And see, when you talk about questions, you want to talk about the right questions. The right questions. So they were hoping that Mr. Wallace did not ask any of the right questions in order for them to be justifiable in their liability and their fraudulent illegal acts. So, with that being said, I spoke my piece this evening. I've been here. I'm not going to say I'm going to do Thursdays every Thursdays, but I am going to be getting back on the platform for both Thursdays and Sundays. I'm going to get back on. I'm going to try to have some content and some information that I can keep you guys educated and abreast on. But I had to speak in reference to what my crew was working on behind the scenes. And I tell you, we got 72 points that I haven't even talked about tonight. I'm not going to give it all, but oh well, she said this and you know, you already told everybody. So okay, let's see. Yeah. Mm-hmm. At this point, the power of the pen would need to be with the people. The people of Florida, I would like to see the people of Florida to use the power of the pen. Don't do anything violent. We can get them. I mean, we as a unit of people, we can get them. We just got to get them with the power of the pen. You got to say that you want charges to be brought up against the entire police force. That's what you're going to have to do. People in Florida are going to have to step up for their own rights. You're going to have to file charges against the police force because as a community of people, you need to be safe. You need to be safe. From my understanding, the people who live in that building complex, I don't know where he was going, but they don't even want that man back over there. So you need to use the power of the pen to express yourself. You got to express yourself and tell people, look, we don't want you back in this neighborhood no more. Do not show your face here no more. Okay? I don't care what they do with them. We don't care what you do with them, but don't come back here no more. See, y'all have to do that as a unit. You have to do that as a unit of people that care about your own community. Because I can't do it for you. Okay? I can't do it for you. I don't live in Florida. Okay? But I can only tell you, and for the people who live there, y'all need to come together in unison. You need to come together as one. And you can bring this to justice. You can demand as a people. You can demand as a people to see that man's medical records, to see that he has some mental illness, to see where he has been harassing people. Okay? And especially harassing the Black community. So I spoke my piece. And like I say again, for the parts that was acting up or whatever, you have to go back and just go back real quick and look from the time of it and see what parts you missed. You guys are always going back watching anyway, like I said. And I definitely appreciate you. I appreciate you coming in and sitting with me and chatting with me this evening. I have nothing but the greatest love and respect for you. And I'm so happy that you guys are staying in my corner in spite of all the negative stuff and traffic that's out there trying to buzz about me. They fail to realize I've been here a long time. And until God makes that calling, I'll be here another long time. We're gonna make it happen. Yeah, yes, absolutely. 5 policemen. There was 5 policemen on the shift list. See, every police department has what they call a shift list. The shift list names 5 officers that was present at the time of Mr. Wallace, and they need to find out where are the fingerprints on Mr. Wallace's car, where they went inside of Mr. Wallace's car, and where was Mr. Wallace's car after the point. See, this is a lot of unanswered questions, ladies and gentlemen. But in order for those questions to be answered, they need to put the perspective in the right hands. They got a lot of jewels. I gave you a lot of jewels And that's only because I'm not going to have me and my team's work to be done in vain because you don't want to, because the family decide, oh, we're not going to talk to her anymore. We're through with her. We done made our decisions on what we're going to do. But let me tell you something. The PI, I don't give a damn how many attorneys you get or whether he's the best at whatever. If you don't have the meat and the potatoes of the meal, the meat and the potatoes is the meal. And the meat and potatoes of the meal is the PI paperwork. Mm-hmm. See, once you get the meal, you can go ahead and put your extra gravy on there. You can add you a biscuit or two. You can put you a dinner roll with some cream, with some mashed potatoes and gravy. You can put some broccoli with some cheese on it. You can put some corn on the cob on it. But do not miss the meat and the potatoes, because that's I'm going to tell you something. And this is what y'all need to learn about courts. You don't need to pay $125,000 for an attorney. Oh, did I say that? You don't need to hire because you're not going. I'm going to tell y'all something. Here's a little secret, or here's another little jewel I'm going to drop on you. You're not going to get the quality of work from a man who can say, "Oh, I charge you $125,000" versus the man who's going to charge you $15,000. Are you looking to get yourself in debt? Is that what you want to do? You want to put your house up for mortgage? You want to put a lien on your stuff to try to pay an attorney? When the meat and potatoes is the investigation report. That's what you need. And I'm going to tell you something. It's going to cost, if you get the best private investigative team, a private investigative team is not going to cost you no more than maybe between $8,000 to $10,000. That's where you need to put the money. You put the money in the private investigators, because those are the ones that's going to go to work for you. They are the ones that's going to slam their asses in their so-called courts. Those are the ones that's going to, when you talk about putting boots, putting toes to the boots to the ground, that's the one who actually does the work. Now, see, if it was me, let me tell you how I think. Okay? Let me tell you how I think. I would put $10,000 towards the private investigative team, and then I wouldn't pay that goddamn attorney no more than $4,000 to $5,000, because all that person is doing is presenting the meat and potatoes that you have already served. Come on, somebody. Ain't no way in hell I'm finna get in debt. Ain't no way in hell you gonna tell me that an attorney gonna cost me $125,000. You must be out your rabbit ass mind. Ain't no attorney. See, when I like that, you know what I told Miss Oliver. I said, when an attorney comes to you and tell you they need $125,000 to come into a courtroom to do a concert, a horse and pony show, you mean to tell me you can't pay an attorney $5,000 to do a couple of hours? Matter of fact, I'd rather have an attorney to charge me by the hour. Don't give me no flat fee. You know why? Because or if you're not gonna, if you can't do a flat fee, then do it on a contingent. Because if you can get an attorney that is going to work on a contingent basis, that means that they have your well-being at heart. They know that you can't afford no $125,000. Means that you just made somebody rich when your ass is sitting up there poor. Boy, I tell you, them attorneys see your ass coming, don't they? They're gonna see. Let me tell you another thing about attorneys. Oh, can I talk? Can I talk? See, anytime I hire an attorney, I tell them, how much do you charge per hour? I'd rather pay you per hour because I know that I'll get my money's worth. See, even if they say we're going to charge you $200 per hour, guess what? If they only put 10 hours in, you only owe them $2,000. Right? Come on, somebody. Maybe I'm just cheap. Go figure. Now, I'm not going to pay. See, you can't put a value. You cannot put a value on an attorney. And see, this is what they don't want you to know. See, they think that if they charge you an arm and a leg and you know damn well you can't pay it, that means that not only do they own you, but they own every damn thing you own. You don't let somebody come in and say, hey, dude, you charging me $10,000 per hour. Okay, well, if you're charging me $10,000 per hour, what the hell are you getting for $10,000 per hour? You know what? Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you something. For somebody to come tell me they're going to charge me $10,000 per hour, Broham, look here. Let me holler at you for a minute, player. I'm going to need an itemized report. I'm going to need an itemized report on what you plan on doing for $10,000 an hour. See, you got to ask questions. Because if you don't ask questions, they'll charge you whatever they want to charge you and say, oh, this man must think I'm worth $10,000 an hour. Where they do that at? You know, see, it's just like an auto mechanic. I'm going to tell y'all a story. And then I'm going to get my butt out of here. I'm almost up at 2 hours. I'm gonna get my butt out of here. I need to put, mobile, needed tires. Man, I got there and tried to buy the damn tires. The man gonna charge me damn near $3,000 for 4 tires. I said, man, are you out your rabbit ass mind? I want you to give me a breakdown of this bill. He gonna tell me, well, ma'am, I had to charge you because it's COVID. It's COVID out there, and I have to charge you to use the tools and the equipment and put it on and put your tires on a rotator. I said, if you don't get your ass and get down on this bill, I'm going to put your ass on a rotator. So, and then I told him, I said, you know what? I think you better call for backup. He said, why? Why would I need backup? Ain't nobody in no danger. I said, no, I ain't in no danger, but your ass going to be in danger if you don't get this goddamn $3,000 bill off my car for me coming in here for some damn tires. I said, I must have stupid written all over my damn forehead. So, ladies and gentlemen, you need to find an attorney that's going to work for you, not for how much money you can put in his bank account and put his kids through college. Because the same work that a $5,000 attorney, you still going to get the same amount of work done. Okay, if he only puts 50, okay, think of this. I want you to think of this. Let's take this to the head because I know y'all are brilliantly smart. If the man charges you $200 an hour and he only do 100 hours of work, that's only $20,000. That's an equality attorney. Why would you give somebody $125,000? You know, I thought, boy, bye. See, y'all need me to come shop for y'all. Y'all need me to shop for y'all when it comes to good quality service from an attorney. Because an attorney charging $1,000, and see, I'm gonna tell you another thing. Ooh, this is another jewel I'm gonna lay on you. And then I got to get my butt out of here. Okay. The same service that they give you is going to be the same service you're going to get no matter what the price is. And always remember, it's the meat and potatoes that you need to satisfy. You got to have that meat and potatoes. You need that private eye team because they are the ones that's going to make up that pot of whatever it is that you're trying to cook. They're the ones that's doing the work. All you're doing is, once they do the work, all they're doing is giving the information over to the attorney for him to present it in court. That's all they're doing. Now, there's two types of court, and I told you there are two types of trials. Mm-hmm. There is the AT trial, and there's the CT trial. And if you want to learn that, you got to join my class. Woo! Okay. Now, y'all, I'm finna get out of here. Yes, I am. I love y'all. I really do. I hope y'all enjoyed me, and I hope y'all come back on Sunday. I want to do a little fun stuff on Sunday. We're going to talk about people in their 50s and aging and stuff. But I want to make it a lot of fun. So you're going to have to come back on Sunday. And like I said, I hope I've been very helpful to somebody this evening in reference to the information on what needs to be done and what we all can do, how you guys can pitch in, how we all can help one another. Because I can tell you, look, folks, I am in an age now where I'm teaching. I'm not trying to defend it. Y'all get to see me do my due in a courtroom is when they do an AT trial. I do all by the general public to be searched upon. And I'm gonna tell you something. When I get into that room, I have no mercy on the opposing team. But yeah, I have done a lot of AT trials, but I don't do courtroom trials because the courtroom trials are ran by judges, and the defendant can request an AT trial if they don't want a judge. I'm really surprised they don't tell you these things, but it is what it is. You can have an out of court case is what it's called. It's called an out of court case. You can have that because that's your right if you get in trouble. And those were the same things that I tried to share with Mr. Ozone through Mr. Ozone's family. So, all right. Go ahead, click like and subscribe. Tell me that you love me. Go ahead and please also put some notes on the outside of the chat room. Guys, don't be a stranger. You guys can talk to me, whether you talk to me and I always give you an answer. You can talk to me on the page of the program, or you can talk to me email. You can talk to me any kind of way. I talk to all of my people because I want you to know that I'm here for you. I'm not going to do a pre-recorded show. I'm going to try not to do a pre-recorded show ever if it's all possible. I like to connect with people, and my people like to connect with me. So with that being said, let's see, Sister Shirley. Shirley. She says, and she's in North Carolina, girl. She says she in North Carolina. Go ahead. She said, peace, family. Amen, Sister Shirley. And say, put your computer through the maintenance. But yeah, I'm gonna do something. You're gonna have to send me directions on how to do that with my computer, because I bought all kind of gadgets. 100 Black, if you can send me some instructions. I bought all kind of stuff. To try to make this darn thing work. But I don't know. Maybe I'm not putting it up there right. So maybe if you can help me out with that, that'd be deeply, deeply appreciated. Hey Shirley, yeah, Shirley says hello. Deborah says thanks for the update. Prayers for Ozone and Mr. Thomas, because I don't want to pronounce the child's name wrong. I didn't pronounce the child's name wrong so many times that they really just he really need to get a new nickname. Call him Bubba Gum or something that we can pronounce. Something that ain't got an S an S sorting sound the way you get to mess up the name. So I'm just going to call him Thomas. Okay. Of course, I love this for the right reasons. Okay. I will help you out. Illinois. I will be giving y'all some peach because I take food to another level. I love to cook and I love to entertain. But right now, my house is under construction. Is going under construction little by little because I'm trying to get me a larger size kitchen. So, and that way I'll be able to invite people over and bring people in by plane, trains, and automobiles. So, all right. I am I'm finna get ready to go. If I'm going, anybody got anything else they would like to share before I get out of here? Going once, going twice, going three times. Okay, I will see you guys right here with the original queen of radio. My name is Linda Evans. I give everyone a true and real reality check. It's all uncut and never ever duplicated. So much love to y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much, so very much for all of the awards. Thank you for all of the awards and thank you for all of the banners that you made for my name. Thank you for all of the wonderful, warm-hearted emails that you sent. I really, really, you know what, guys, I really needed that because I was really in a and so I want your presence, um, your presence of just being here. Your presence of just being here is what counts. So, um, I salute my kings. I salute my queens. I'll tell you guys all take care, and I will see you over the top, and we'll be right back here on Sunday, y'all. Good night.